In today's sponsored Financial Friday with Jordan Credit Union, we are getting your credit score up with just a few simple practices. I'm now joined with Landon Bradfield to tell us the effective ways to improve our credit scores. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you.
Happy 4th.
Yes, happy 4th, belated a little bit, but yeah.
So Landon, tell us how we can up our credit score. There's some simple common sense things.
Yeah, so I think most people understand what a credit score is. It's kind of it's giving financial institutions indications of how responsible you are with debt. So not necessarily what you're doing with your money, but what you're doing with your debt. So things are in that calculation like how many lines of credit you have, what's your credit limits, how little credit limit you're using, those types of things. Also, if you're paying your bills on time. Those are the types of things that people all understand. So everybody understands you're supposed to be paying your bills, but there are some things that are misunderstood when it comes to credit limits and credit scores.
And your credit score really helps identify you. If you want a loan, and like in life, you need a good credit score.
Right.
So those are some things. You have these top 5, lower your credit utilization rate, correct your inaccuracies on your credit report. So go back and analyze your credit score and see what you can do.
Right. Right, you can add all those things, but I wanted to go over a couple things that are often misunderstood. I've even got some questions even this past week about how these things affect credit scores. And I'll kind of go over so I'm going to have this little graphic here. Now we're talking about lines of credit and credit limits. So this is like a credit card, and this peach or pink line indicates how much your credit limit is. So we'll say this is like your first credit card, which is like $1,000 credit card right here. You're supposed to only be utilizing or carrying over about 10% of that. So 10% of $1,000 is $100. No more than 30%, or that really starts to affect your credit score. So that's only $300.
So that's not a lot of money.
No.
When you think about maybe a credit card that has a $500 limit, that drops to $50,
Yeah.
and you're probably spending a little bit more than $50 on your credit card.
Right. So you're really supposed to be making sure that your credit limits are keeping up with how you're spending money responsibly. So if you can responsibly pay off most of your debt every single month, but if you have to carry some balance, you may want to think about upping your credit limit. So one way to indicate to affect this is to get another line of credit for more money, or asking that financial institution that you have that credit card with to up the credit limit, and that could actually help your credit score if you're using your credit card.
I never realized that because, you know, they say, oh, that's your limit, so that must be it. Sometimes it is worth it to go back and say, is there another way we can up that credit limit? And then see if they will give you another credit card, but so you're not closing that account too.
No, so the other thing is that people do, especially if they've been in some credit card debt, it's really good it's a really good feeling to pay off your credit cards, especially if they've been a part of your life for a while, the credit card limits and that debt. But sometimes people cut up their credit cards at the end, and then they close the account.
Because it's like, oh, okay, good. I've covered it. I have paid it off. Thank goodness. But you also say, don't cut it up necessarily. Keep it open.
Yeah, and the reason why, and we'll put this back up, is that it actually can lower your credit limit overall. So if you had 2 lines of credit, 2 are like 1,000 and 1,000, you cut off one of them, that's only 1,000 now, and it's your credit score is an indication of how long you've had credit. So if you close that line of credit, that could actually affect your credit score
in a negative way.
Way negative, yeah.
But I like how you explained it, because I knew it wasn't a great thing to do, but the way you described it also makes sense when you're looking at that 10%, 30%, and all of a sudden it disappears. There goes the history of how you paid down your debt.
Yeah, and because the credit score is kind of a calculation of your history and how you're using it, if you close one of those, it can actually take down your credit score.
These are such great information when you start looking at your bills and looking at your credit cards. These are things you can do, and maybe it is calling up that company and saying, hey, I would like a higher line of credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've been using it responsibly, more likely than not, they'll up your credit limit.
Okay, and you can see your credit score go up. All
Yes.
right, Landon, thank you so much. Where can people get more information?
JordanCU.org is a great way to find that information, and we're more than happy to up your credit limit or get you another credit card just to apply.
All right, JordanCU.org is the place to go. Always good information. Tons of information, Landon, and thank you so much. And enjoy your weekend.
Hey, thank you.